These two things will derail you as an artist. Beware. Over the years, as a freelance comic book artist, I've pinpointed two things that derail my enthusiasm and my optimism for work. The first is ego. Ego makes you think you don't need to take the time to study your craft and learn new things or experiment. It can rear its ugly head after a winning streak of good jobs where your work just seems to flow. It can peek around the corner when you see published mainstream work that just isn't quite up to par. After all, if this stuff is considered professional, I must be great. Sometimes it can knock at your door after you've gotten some good reviews, some requests to look at portfolios, or just been lavished with likes and retweets, comments, and subscribers. Here's the problem. The moment you think you've arrived, you're dead in the water. You stop growing, you stop experimenting, you stop revisiting the basics, and like any athlete will tell you, when you stop working out and when you stop practicing, you lose what you've gained. You stagnate. Now, yeah, it's true, some artists at the highest levels of skill and achievement have huge egos, but I'll wager that their art, while really good, isn't really giving them any joy anymore. But I'm not really concerned with outliers and the egomaniacal masters of the craft. I'm talking about the rest of us mere mortals. Most of us are not savants. Most of us are not prodigies. We're just regular people with an inclination towards a craft, and we're putting in lots of practice time. And ego kills. The second thing that'll sideline you, and to be honest, this one has my number, is envy. For most of us, envy is more of a danger than ego. We look over there to see what someone else is doing, and we realize, wait, they have more subscribers than me. They have more followers, more likes, more comments, more retweets. Now this one's tricky because on one hand, we do want to know what works when we promote and what doesn't. We want to learn from people, and that's fine. The danger is when we think things aren't progressing like we think they're supposed to. Instead of looking how far we've come, we start looking at how far that other person has gotten. We covet their numbers, we covet their sales, we covet the attention they're getting. We have to explain to ourselves where we are in contrast to them. We have to make it make sense. So we get down on our work, we give up, even if it's only for a few days, or we get angry and we get down on them. They don't deserve it. I deserve it. We don't care how far we've come. We only care how far they've gotten. And this will eat your creative drive. The muse will flee. She does not like turbulent waters, and work becomes a grind. And pretty soon, we just feel like we're on a treadmill to nowhere. So, what's the cure? A little dose of humility goes a long way. A bit of gratitude for the fans you have, the subscribers who show up, the commenters who say your work made them just a little bit happier. Break out a sketchbook from 10 years ago. The artist in that book, that artist gave way to a much better one. Look how far you've come and how much more you have to discover. And discovery is a high that keeps ego a little bit at bay. If you're looking for ways to get better, you're not putting yourself on a pedestal. You're at the foot of the next mountain. Enjoy the climb and look around a bit on your way up. While you're at it, help some climbers coming up the path behind you. Let those who have already climbed Everest enjoy their accomplishment. There's plenty of beauty in the foothills as well. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell for notifications.